My friends, there is a force at work in your life far greater than what your eyes can see. You do not need to chase, force, or struggle to receive what is already yours. The life you seek, the love you desire, the abundance you long for, it is already here, waiting for you to claim it. But you must first. The world you see before you is nothing more than a mirror, reflecting back to you the state of your own mind. Everything you experience, every person you encounter, every challenge or blessing that enters your life is shaped by the thoughts and beliefs you hold within. There is no separation between you and the reality you move through. It is not something outside of you, something happening through you. It is something happening through you. This is the Krishna. The circumstances of your life are simply the outward projection of your dominant inner state. If you believe the world is harsh, unkind, and full of obstacles, you will find evidence to support that belief. If you see yourself as unworthy, struggling, and lacking, then lack and struggle will shape your experiences. But if you shift the way you see yourself, if you assume that you are blessed, loved, and divinely guided, then your world will transform to reflect that truth. The outer world bends to the assumptions of the inner world, for it has no choice but to conform to the blueprint you create in your mind. This is why two people can walk through the same city, experience the same conditions, and yet live completely different realities. One may see opportunity at every turn, kindness in strangers, and blessings in the smallest details. The other may see only struggle, rejection, and misfortune. They are not living in different worlds, but their perceptions are shaping their experiences, molding their interactions, and attracting to them the very things they expect. And it turns out to be true. Not only the difference is not in the external world, it is in them. Everything begins within. A person who is full of doubt and insecurity will move through life carrying the weight of those beliefs, unconsciously shaping their circumstances to match their inner turmoil. They will walk into a room and assume they are not wanted. And because they hold that belief, they will interpret every glance, every silence as proof that they do not. They will push away opportunities, reject love, and remain trapped in a cycle of their own making. All because their inner world dictates their experience of the outer world. But a person who believes in their worth, who carries an unshakable knowing that they are supported, will walk through the same door and see something entirely different. They will find connection, notice open doors where others see walls, and move through life with a quiet confidence that draws opportunities toward them. The outer world reflects back to them the belief they hold about themselves, just as surely as a mirror reflects the face that looks into it. When you truly understand this, you will stop looking to the outside world for answers. You will no longer try to fix things by manipulating circumstances, forcing outcomes, or seeking external validation. You will realize that the real work is done within. The moment you shift your consciousness, your reality begins to shift in response. You do not need to wait for the world to change before you feel at peace. You do not need permission from anyone to start living the life you desire. You simply need to assume that it is already yours. If you want love, embody the feeling of being love. If you seek success, walk through life with the confidence of one who has already achieved it. If you desire abundance, let go of thoughts of lack and embrace the knowing that all your needs are met. The power of assumption is absolute. Your mind is the creator, and the world is the canvas. The images you hold, the beliefs you cultivate, and the emotions you nurture all shape the experiences that unfold before you. The world does not decide for you, you decide, and the world follows. There is no mystery to this. It is not luck, fate, or chance that determines what shows up in your life. It is not the actions of others or the randomness of events. It is the energy you emit, the consciousness you inhabit, and the thoughts you dwell upon that carve out your experience. You are always creating, whether you realize it or not. The only question is, are you creating from a place of fear and limitation, or from a place of faith and abundance? The moment you shift your inner world, your outer world must follow. There is no delay, no resistance, only the natural unfolding of what has already been set in motion within you. The circumstances that once seemed immovable will begin to shift. The doors that once seemed closed will open. The world will rearrange itself to align with the new reality you have chosen to accept. The pathway to the earth has changed to some degree. The 7 dimensions of your mind are confounded by the individuality you have chosen to accept. So if you do not like what you see in the mirror of life, do not try to change the mirror. Do not blame the reflection. Instead, change yourself. Shift your thoughts, refine your assumptions, and elevate your consciousness. The moment you do, the world will respond, for it can only ever reflect the truth that you hold within. There is a higher intelligence at work in your life, an unseen force that knows exactly how to bring you what you need. But too often the human mind gets caught in the trap of trying to figure everything out, trying to control every step, and worrying about how things will unfold. This constant questioning, this endless need to see proof before believing, is the very thing that blocks the manifestation of what is already meant for you. The key is to trust without worrying about the how. When you plant a seed in the soil, do you stand over it anxiously, demanding to know the exact process by which it will grow? Do you dig it up every day to check if the roots are forming? No. You trust that the seed contains within it everything necessary to become what it is meant to be. You water it, you allow the sun to nourish it, and you let nature do the rest. You do not need to understand the intricate details of germination and photosynthesis for the tree to grow. Your role is simple. Plant the seed, nurture it, and trust that it will flourish in due time. The same law applies to your desires. The moment you decide on what you want, the moment you claim it as yours in consciousness, the seed has been planted. But rather than allowing it to grow, many people allow doubt to creep in. They check for signs, they wonder if it's working, they ask themselves if they are doing enough, and in doing so, they disrupt the natural process. They dig up the seed before it has a chance to take root. There is no need to figure out how the universe will bring your desire to you. That is not your concern. Your only task is to believe that it is already done. The mind, conditioned by the physical world, wants logic, wants a timeline, wants to predict every step. But the universe does not operate through human logic. It operates through infinite possibilities, beyond what the limited mind can perceive. Beyond what the limited mind can perceive. Think of the times in your life when something worked out for you in a way you never expected. Perhaps you met the right person at the perfect moment, or an opportunity arose when you least anticipated it. Looking back, you can see how every event, every delay, every seeming obstacle was actually guiding you to that very outcome. If you had tried to plan it yourself, you might have missed it. The universe moves in ways that cannot always be seen, but they are always precise. The biggest mistake people make is believing that they must force things into being. They push, they struggle, they try to control circumstances, not realizing that their effort is rooted in fear. They believe that if they do not act, nothing will happen. But true power lies in allowing rather than forcing. When you trust fully, when you let go of the desperate need to control, you step into alignment with the flow of life and things come to you effortlessly. Imagine a river flowing effortlessly toward the ocean. It does not stop to question if it will reach its destination. It does not resist the current or try to carve its own path. It simply flows, knowing that the journey is already set. But a person who doubts is like someone who builds a dam in their own river, blocking the very current that is meant to carry them to where they want to be. Trusting means releasing the need to manipulate outcomes. It means waking up each day and knowing that what you desire is already on its way, even if you see no signs of it yet. It means resting in the certainty that things are unfolding in divine timing, in a way that is best for you, even if it does not look the way you imagine. Faith is not about seeing proof first. It is about knowing the proof will come. It is about walking as if the road is already built, even if it has not yet appeared before your eyes. Those who trust without questioning, without worrying about the how, are the ones who see miracles unfold. They are the ones who seem to receive without effort, while others struggle. The difference is not in luck or circumstances, but in belief. Release your grip. Stop trying to force the universe to reveal its plan before it is time. Move with confidence, knowing that every step you take is leading you to exactly where you need to be. You do not need to chase, beg, or struggle. What is meant for you cannot miss you. When you trust fully, the how becomes irrelevant, because the universe is already working behind the scenes, arranging everything in your favor. Everything you desire already exists in the realm of possibility, waiting for you to align with it. The key to bringing it into your reality is not effort, struggle, or doubt, but the simple act of assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This is the law that governs manifestation, the principle by which all things are made real. If you can feel it as true now, if you can dwell in the emotional state of already having what you seek, then it must appear in your world. Most people live from the outside in. They look at their current conditions, react to them emotionally, and allow those emotions to shape their beliefs. If they see lack, they feel lack. If they see struggle, they feel struggle. But this approach only keeps them trapped in the same cycle, repeating old patterns, because they continue to feel in accordance with what already is, rather than what can be. The world does not change first. The mind changes first, and the world follows. To assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled is to step into the version of yourself that already possesses what you seek. It is to live mentally and emotionally in the reality you desire, regardless of what your physical senses tell you. If you want abundance, you must feel abundant before the money arrives. If you want love, you must feel love before the relationship manifests. If you want success, you must carry the confidence and certainty of one who has already achieved it. The outer world is simply a reflection of the inner world, and when the inner shifts, the outer must follow. Think of a time when you were deeply immersed in a daydream, when for a moment the vision in your mind felt so real that you lost awareness of where you actually were. Your body may have been sitting in a chair, but your consciousness was elsewhere. In that moment, you were fully experiencing another reality, even though it was not yet physically present. This is the same process by which all desires are brought to life. The more real the feeling, the more natural the assumption, the faster it materializes in your world. Doubt is the great destroyer of manifestation. The moment you question whether it is possible, the moment you wonder how it will happen, you begin to unravel the very state you are trying to embody. You cannot hold two opposing beliefs at once. You cannot truly feel wealthy while simultaneously worrying about money. You cannot feel loved while doubting your worthiness. The feeling must be pure, undisturbed by contradiction, as natural to you as breathing. When you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you do not act as though you are waiting for something to happen. You do not live in a state of anticipation, hoping that one day it will come. You live as though it is already yours. You move, think, and feel as if it is done. This is not pretense or make-believe. It is the conscious direction of your awareness toward a new state of being. The more you dwell in this state, the more inevitable its manifestation becomes. It is not necessary to know how your desire will unfold. The mind, conditioned by the physical world, wants to see the path laid out before believing. But faith works in reverse. You believe first, and then the way appears. The universe arranges the details in ways beyond human understanding, aligning people, circumstances, and events to bring your vision to life. Your only job is to remain faithful to the feeling, to persist in the assumption that it is already done. If doubt arises, do not fight it. Simply return to the feeling. Let it become your home, your dwelling place, the state in which you naturally exist. Just as a person does not question whether the sun will rise, you must reach a point where you do not question whether your desire will manifest. It is as certain as the turning of the seasons, as inevitable as the passage of time. Everything you see in your world today was once just an idea, a vision held in someone's mind before it became real. The buildings you pass, the inventions you use, the movements that changed history, all were first assumed as true before they existed in form. The same law applies to your own life. The moment you fully embody the feeling of your wish fulfilled, the world has no choice but to rearrange itself to match your inner state. You are not separate from your desires. They are not something outside of you waiting to be attained. They already exist waiting for you to claim them. The moment you do, the moment you step into the reality of already having, already being, already living the life you seek, you set in motion an unseen force that brings it into your experience. Assume the feeling, live in the end, and let the world reflect back to you the truth you have already accepted within. Doubt and fear are the greatest barriers between you and the life you desire. They are the silent forces that keep you trapped in limitation, preventing you from stepping into the reality that is already yours. No matter how clearly you define your goals, no matter how much you visualize, if doubt and fear remain, they act as roadblocks, stopping the manifestation before it can fully take form. To create the life you truly want, you must release these lower states and replace them with absolute faith. Doubt is a habit of the mind, conditioned by past experiences and external influences. It arises when you look at your current circumstances and believe they define what is possible. You see lack and you assume it will continue. You see obstacles and you assume they are permanent. But reality is not fixed. It is fluid, responding to your inner state. When you hold on to doubt, you reinforce the very conditions you wish to change. Fear, on the other hand, is an illusion. It is the projection of a future that has not yet happened, a worst-case scenario that exists only in the imagination. It paralyzes action, keeps you hesitant, and convinces you to stay where you are, even when something greater is calling you forward. Fear whispers that you are not worthy, that you might fail, that you are not ready. But none of this is true. Humanity, on the other hand, accepts both the vanished, irresistible emotions and the imaginations. Emotion's greater existence depends on the present moment. Imagination's existence depends on the present moment. These are merely thoughts, and thoughts can be changed. You do not need to fight doubt and fear. You only need to withdraw your attention from them. The more you focus on what you do not want, the more power you give it. Instead, shift your awareness to what you desire, to the vision of the life you want to create. Let this become your dominant state. Every time fear arises, remind yourself that it is not real. It is only as real as you allow it to be. Every time doubt tries to creep in, replace it with certainty, with the knowing that what you seek is already on its way. Consider a child learning to walk. They do not sit in fear, wondering if they will ever succeed. They do not analyze their failures or worry about whether they are capable. They simply try, fall, and try again, moving with an innate trust that walking is natural, that it is only a matter of time. That same trust must be applied to your own desires. You are meant to succeed, meant to grow, meant to receive all that you seek. Doubt and fear have no place in this process unless you invite them in. Many people believe that overcoming fear requires immense strength, but the truth is that it requires surrender. It requires letting go of the false stories you have told yourself and stepping into a new reality. The moment you stop entertaining the thoughts of doubt, the moment you refuse to let fear dictate your actions, you break free. You begin to move in alignment with the life you are meant to live. Think of the times in your life when things worked out in ways you never expected. Maybe an opportunity came when you least anticipated it, or a situation that seemed hopeless suddenly shifted in your favor. These moments are proof that you do not need to control every detail. You only need to trust. The universe operates on a level beyond human understanding, arranging events in ways you cannot always see, making possible. But when you trust, When you walk forward with certainty instead of hesitation, everything aligns as it should. Faith is the antidote to doubt. It is the knowing that even when you cannot see the outcome, even when logic tells you otherwise, everything is still working in your favor. Faith does not require evidence. It does not require reassurance. It is an inner conviction, a quiet confidence that carries you forward even when nothing in your external world suggests that success is near. Fear will tell you to wait, to hesitate, to hold back until you are sure. But certainty comes from action, from stepping into the unknown and realizing that you were capable all along. The more you move with confidence, the weaker fear becomes. The more you affirm your desires as already real, the less space doubt has to exist. Your only task is to align your thoughts with the outcome you desire. Stop questioning whether it is possible and start living as though it is inevitable. Release the need for proof. Release the habit of worrying. Step into the feeling of certainty and let the universe do the rest. What is meant for you is already on its way, and nothing can stand in its path unless you allow it. Abundance is not something to chase, force, or struggle for. It is a state of being that naturally flows when you are in alignment with it. Everything you desire already exists in an unseen reality, waiting for you to match its frequency. The moment you align your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs with abundance, you unlock a flow that brings it effortlessly into your life. It is not about effort, it is about allowing. The more you attune yourself to abundance, the more it reveals itself in every aspect of your existence. Many people operate from a mindset of lack, believing they must fight for success, compete for resources, or prove their worthiness. But this belief itself is what blocks the very things they seek. When you believe in lack, you attract lack. When you believe abundance is difficult to attain, you create barriers between yourself and the life that is already waiting for you. The key is to shift your awareness, to step into a state where abundance is not a distant dream, but a present reality. Your outer world is always a reflection of your inner state. If you feel desperate for money, love, or success, you are affirming to the universe that you do not have it. That feeling of desperation keeps it out of reach. But when you assume the feeling of already having, already being, already living in the state of abundance, you send out a signal that draws it to you effortlessly. The world rearranges itself to match the energy you hold within. Alignment does not mean waiting for things to change before you feel abundant. It means embodying that feeling now. If you desire wealth, carry yourself as someone who is already prosperous. If you desire love, radiate the energy of love before it appears in your external world. If you desire success, move through life with the confidence of someone who has already achieved it. This is not about pretending or acting. It is about becoming. When you truly believe and feel that you are already aligned with abundance, it has no choice but to manifest in your reality. Doubt and resistance are the only things that block abundance. Every time you question whether you are capable, whether you are worthy, whether what you desire is possible, you create energetic resistance. The universe does not respond to struggle, it responds to belief. It responds to the certainty that what you seek is already yours. The moment you release doubt, the moment you surrender the need to control every detail, you open the floodgates for abundance to flow in ways you never expected. You do not need to chase abundance. You need to remove the blocks that keep it from you. These blocks often come in the form of limiting beliefs. Deeply ingrained thoughts that tell you success is hard, that you must struggle, that good things happen only to certain people. But these beliefs are not truth. They are simply habits of thought. The moment you release them, the moment you replace them with beliefs that affirm abundance, your reality begins to shift. Gratitude is one of the fastest ways to align with abundance. When you focus on what you already have, you send out a powerful signal that you are in a state of receiving. Gratitude multiplies what you appreciate. Instead of looking at what is missing, train your mind to see what is present. The more you acknowledge abundance in your life, no matter how small, Abundance is not just about money or material wealth. It is the state of fullness in all areas of life. It is an overflow of joy, love, opportunities, and well-being. It is knowing that you are always supported, always provided for, always connected to an infinite source of blessings. When you align with this truth, scarcity becomes impossible. The universe is abundant by nature. The stars, the oceans, the endless flow of air you breathe, all of it exists in limitless supply. There is no shortage, no limitation, except the ones you impose upon yourself. The moment you step into alignment with the flow of abundance, you begin to experience life in an entirely new way. You see opportunities where others see obstacles. You attract solutions where others see problems. You move with ease, knowing that what you seek is already seeking you. Let go of struggle, let go of resistance, and step fully into the knowing that abundance is your birthright. It is not something outside of you, it is already within you, waiting to be expressed. Align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the reality you desire, and watch as abundance flows effortlessly into your life. The instinct to chase, force, or beg for what we desire is ingrained in us from a young age. Society teaches us that in order to succeed, we must work hard, push, and relentlessly pursue our goals. While effort is essential, the mindset of chasing or forcing things often creates more resistance than results. When you operate from a place of desperation or need, you are energetically signaling that what you want is outside of your reach. Success without this internal compulsion. In doing so, you inadvertently push it further away. Instead of focusing on the outcome, the key to success lies in understanding that everything you need is already within you or is on its way, and that you must learn to trust in the flow rather than force it. The act of chasing something, whether it's a person, an opportunity, or a material possession, comes from a belief in lack. If you feel that you need something to be happy or fulfilled, you are coming from a place of wanting rather than already having. This creates an energy of desperation, and desperation is one of the most repelling forces in the universe. Desperation says, I'm incomplete without this. And in doing so, it reinforces the idea of lack. The more you chase something, the more it seems to elude you. You exhaust yourself running after a dream that remains just out of reach, convincing yourself that it's not meant for you. But in reality, it is your belief in lack, not the object itself, that is keeping it from you. Similarly, forcing things to happen comes from the illusion of control. You might think that in order to manifest your desires, you need to take immediate, aggressive action or manipulate the outcome. While action is important, there is a delicate balance between taking inspired action and forcing a situation that isn't aligned with your true desires. When you force things, you are ignoring your intuition and trying to make something happen that may not be right for you at this moment. You may push through obstacles, work harder than ever, and still feel stuck, all because you are ignoring the natural rhythm and flow of the universe. Sometimes, forcing an outcome can lead to burnout and disappointment because you're not allowing things to unfold in their own time. Begging is another form of misaligned energy. When you beg for something, whether it's the love of another person, a job opportunity, or success, you are coming from a place of self-doubt and low self-worth. Begging implies that you do not believe you are deserving of what you want, so you lower your energy to that of neediness. This is not an attractive or empowering vibration. Instead of drawing what you want toward you, you push it further away. Begging implies that you do and can't do the first bit for yourself. You drop your thoughts into the sea of yes or no. You push it further away. You are signaling that you don't trust yourself, that you don't believe you are worthy, and that you are at the mercy of circumstances or other people. The act of begging is an attempt to manipulate or control the outcome. But true power comes from knowing that you are whole and that everything you desire is already in alignment with your purpose. To truly manifest your desires, you must stop chasing, forcing, or begging. Instead, you must step into a place of surrender, trust, and belief in your own worthiness. Everything you need is already available to you. It just requires you to believe in your own ability to receive. You must learn to work with the flow of life instead of against it. When you align yourself with the energy of what you desire, whether it's abundance, love, or success, without feeling the need to push or manipulate, you allow the universe to bring it to you in the most harmonious and effortless way. Trust is the foundation of this process. Trust that the universe is always working in your favor, that the people, opportunities, and circumstances you need will appear at the right time. Trust that everything is unfolding for your highest good, even when things don't look the way you imagined. When you trust, you open yourself up to receive, rather than struggling to obtain. Trust removes the need to chase and force, because you know that what is meant for you will always find its way to you. Let go of the need to beg for anything. You are not powerless, and you do not need anyone's approval or permission to live the life you desire. Know that you are worthy of all the good that the universe has to offer. When you embrace this belief, you stop seeking external validation and begin to trust your own inner guidance. You realize that what you truly want is already yours. It just requires you to align with it, not chase after it. By releasing the need to chase, force, or beg, you make space for things to flow naturally into your life. You learn that abundance, love, success, and fulfillment are not things to be earned or fought for. They are states of being that come from within. When you align with them, they are effortlessly attracted to you. The more you trust the process and allow things to unfold, the more you will see that the universe is always conspiring in your favor, delivering exactly what you need at the perfect time.